If you have paused keywords in your Google Ads account, there is a chance they are running again right now without your knowledge. Google has been quietly re-enabling paused keywords through a system tool, and here's the scary part. This is happening even to advertisers who had already turned off the auto-apply recommendations. Now, this is not a rumor. Advertisers have been flagging this on LinkedIn, Reddit, and in PPC communities, and it has been confirmed by Search Engine Land. The changes are showing up under something called Google Ads System Tool Low Activity Bulk Changes. So this is not the usual auto-apply issue. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to check whether this has happened in your account. I'll walk you through two different ways to search your change history so nothing slips through the cracks. And then I'll show you how to make sure your auto-apply recommendations are turned off as well, because that's something you do just want to make sure is switched off. And I will share how to set up a simple monitoring system so that you catch any unauthorized changes in the future before they drain your budget. Hi and welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name is Daryl and I run a Google Ads agency called Big Flare. I've been doing this for over 18 years now, and in that time I have helped hundreds of businesses to scale their revenue with Google Ads. So I have seen Google make a lot of changes over the years, but this one is particularly sneaky, and that's why you need to know about it. Let's get into it. So let me explain what is actually happening here. Advertisers have been noticing that keywords they intentionally paused are being switched back on without their permission. And here's the part that makes this really concerning. This is happening even to people who have turned off auto-apply recommendations. So even if you have already gone into your settings and made sure Google cannot auto-apply changes to your account, this can still be happening to you. The changes are showing up in change history under something called Google Ads System Tool Low Activity Bulk Changes. So this is not the usual auto-apply recommendations issue that we've talked about before. This is a separate system level tool that Google is using to re-enable paused keywords. Keywords that you specifically went in and paused. Maybe they were not converting, maybe because they were too expensive, or maybe they were just completely irrelevant to your business. Google has been switching them back on through this tool. And the worst part is there's no notification. You don't get an email, you don't get an alert, your keywords just start spending money again, and unless you're actively checking, you would never know. Now, I've not actually seen this in my client accounts yet, but lots and lots of advertisers have been reporting it on LinkedIn, on Reddit, in communities, so it's definitely worth going in and having a check. Alright, so the first thing you need to do right now is check whether this has happened in your account. So here's exactly where to look. I'm going to show you two different ways to search your change history just to make sure nothing slips through. Alright guys, so once you're in your Google Ads account like this, you want to come down here to where it says change history, and then you're going to see all the changes that have been made in your account over the past whatever is your date range. So first of all, I would recommend just widening this date range a bit. Let's go up to 60 days just to really check if anything that we don't like has happened within the past couple of months. Now, when you then come down to your change history list, it might be like a long list of tiny little changes. It's not a very easy list to read, to be honest, but what you want to do is use the filters. So first up, use a tool filter and check for bulk upload, bulk edit, and also check recommendations auto apply, and just for good measure, check recommendations as well. Click the apply button and then the list is going to get filtered. Now, in my account, we're not going to see any of this issue happening because it hasn't happened on my client accounts. But when you do this, what you want to look for is a keyword change where a keyword has been enabled and the tool is going to say something like system tool or bulk upload. And it's going to be a keyword that you don't remember having enabled because Google's done it for you. Now, normally when it's a keyword change, you will get a undo button just down here. In this case, this was a different type of change that you can't undo from within Google Ads change history. But normally, if you see a keyword has been enabled, you're going to have an undo button right down there, and you can just click undo to undo that change. Alternatively, you can just scroll over here to see which campaign and ad group it was in, and then you can scroll over to that campaign and ad group, re-pause that keyword, and then check any other keywords in that ad group in case there were other issues with that ad group. All right, so now you know how to check whether this has been happening to you. Now, while you are in your account checking all of this, it is also worth making sure that you have auto-apply recommendations turned off. Like I said, the keyword re-enabling issue seems to be happening through a separate system tool, not through the auto-apply recommendations. But auto-apply recommendations is still something you want to have switched off, because if it is enabled, Google can also make other changes to your account without asking you first. A lot of advertisers do not even know this setting exists. It can be enabled by default on some accounts. And in some cases, Google Ads reps have enabled it during account reviews without making it clear what it actually does. So even if you never turn this on yourself, it might still be active in your account right now. Let me show you exactly where to find it and how to make sure it's turned off. Okay, so from your Google Ads account, once again, come this time to the Recommendations tab. And once you're in the Recommendations tab, you want to check your tabs here and tab over to Auto Apply Settings. Now, you're going to get a history of what's happened with your Auto Apply settings. So this is kind of handy. You can actually just check in the history to see if any Auto Apply settings have run for you that you didn't agree with. So do check the History tab as well when you're doing this. But the main thing we're doing right now is doing the Manage tab. And what you want to do is scroll down here to open up these two sections. You can see accounts run by me and my team never have any of this stuff switched on, but the thing that you're looking out for specifically for this keyword issue is just anything to do with keywords and targeting. If you see any ticks in there, then I just recommend you turn them off, especially the optimized targeting one. And then down here, there's going to be grow your business options and add new keywords, add broad match keywords, use display expansion. You want to turn those off as well. So anything keyword related, just make sure it's clicked off if you want to maximize your chances that this keyword issue isn't happening to you. Now, I just showed you how to turn off all auto apply recommendations, but you might be wondering, are any of these actually safe to leave on? So let me break this down for you quickly. Let's start with the ones you absolutely need to turn off. First, anything related to keywords. That includes adding new keywords, removing redundant keywords, and of course, re-enabling paused keywords. You should be making all keyword decisions manually, in my opinion. Secondly, anything related to bidding. This includes switching your bid strategy, adjusting your target ROAS, or changing your target CPA. These are critical decisions that should be based on your business goals, not Google's suggestions. Third, anything related to budget. Google loves to recommend increasing your budget, but it does not know your profit margins, your cash flow situation, or your overall marketing strategy. Budget decisions should always come from you. Fourth, anything related to targeting or audiences. If Google starts changing your targeting without your knowledge, it can completely alter who sees your ads. Now, here is what is generally safe to leave switched on. Ad level suggestions like responsive search ad improvements or adding ad extensions can be relatively low risk. But honestly, my recommendation is to turn everything off in most cases, and here's why. Even the safe ones can occasionally make changes you do not agree with. And the whole point of auto apply is that it happens without your approval. I would rather review recommendations manually and apply the ones I agree with than let Google make changes to my account behind my back. At my agency BigFlair, we do turn off all auto-apply recommendations on every single client account as part of our onboarding process. It's one of the first things we always do. Now, before we move on, if you are finding this useful, I share tips like this every single week in my free newsletter. It's specifically for e-commerce store owners who are running Google Ads, and it covers the stuff that I think you genuinely need to know. Things like this auto-apply issue that could be quietly draining your budget. You can sign up using the link in the description below. All right, let's get back to it. Okay, so now you have checked your account and you have turned off all the auto-apply recommendations. But here is the reality. Google changes things all the time. New settings get introduced, existing settings get reset after account updates. And if you have a Google Ads rep on your account, they can sometimes re-enable auto-apply without telling you. So you need a simple monitoring system to catch any unauthorized changes going forward. And here's what I recommend. First, set a simple recurring calendar reminder to check your auto-apply settings once a month. It takes 30 seconds to do. And then once a month, you just go to the recommendations, click auto-apply, and make sure everything there is still switched off. Second, check your change history at least once per week as part of your regular optimization routine. Use the filters I taught you today to quickly spot any potential issues. If you see anything, investigate immediately. Third, if you're running an MCC, a manager account with multiple child accounts, you need to check auto apply settings and change history on every single account individually. Auto apply settings are at account level, not MCC level. So even if you turned it off on one account, it could still be enabled on another. And fourth, if you ever get a call or email from a Google Ads representative asking to optimize your account or do a health check, make sure you verify your auto-apply settings immediately afterwards. I have seen reps enable auto-apply recommendations during these sessions, sometimes without explicitly telling the advertiser. Now let me zoom out for a second, because this is part of a bigger trend that you need to be aware of. Over the past few years, Google has been steadily pushing advertisers towards more automation and less manual control. Performance Max replacing standard shopping, broad match becoming the default keyword match type, smart bidding being the recommended strategy for almost every campaign, and now re-enabling your paused keywords through system-level tools, even when you already turn them off. Now, I'm not anti-automation. I use automated bid strategies, I run Performance Max campaigns, and I let the algorithm do its things in many areas. But there's a critical difference between choosing to use automation and having automation forced on you without your knowledge. The keyword re-enabling issue is a perfect example. You made a deliberate decision to pause a keyword. You had a reason for it, and then Google overrode that decision automatically. That's not a helpful automation, that is just loss of control. So here's my advice: stay vigilant, check your settings regularly, and never assume that the settings you configured last month are still the same today. Google's platform is constantly evolving, and new automated features can appear at any time. So the advertisers who maintain control of their accounts are the ones who get the best results. Now, if you found this video useful, you're going to love my video about the 5 most advanced optimizations you can run in your Performance Max campaign in Google Ads. It covers 5 optimization techniques that the pros like me use to drive more profit with PMax. I'm going to link it right up here on the screen for you. All right, guys and girls, go check your accounts right now. Seriously, do not wait until tomorrow. Good luck, and I'll see you on the next one.